You're such an asshole.
Producing more GDP in a single fart than all the liberal arts majors of the United States combined. AssholeConsulting.com doing what we can to help out people. And what's kind of sad is it takes a company named Asshole Consulting to actually help people out in this country. A young man writes, I'm a 30-year-old black man residing in Mississippi. According to the last IQ test I took, I have 133 IQ. I'm seeking advice regarding what path to take moving forward. But first, a little background information. I grew up in extreme poverty. Annual income per capita less than $3,000. Yep, this is what happened. Now notice per capita, this is, why are we so poor? It's because you have too many kids. Number one cause of poverty is too many capita. But we want my feels and our orgasms and the coming inside a woman and no birth control in a single mother widowed house. All right, well, your mom is forgiven because she is widowed. My mother pretty much laid on her fat, chunky ass collecting a government check. Okay, maybe not so much. You think, she's widowed. The one thing we'll forgive a single mother for, and then she just fucks it up. My mother pretty much laid on her fat, funky ass collecting a government check and worked maybe twice, never for more than 6 months my entire childhood. I graduated from high school, went to college, but dropped out after aerospace engineering, but dropped out after 2 years because of the mountains of consumer. I literally had to finance everything from my socks and drawers to my bus ticket and student loan debt I was accumulating. At that point in my life, I was $10,000 in a hole, working 2 jobs, eating ramen and staring $100,000 down the barrel after graduation, so I came up with a plan. I joined the Army, used the signing bonus to pay off my consumer debt, and had my college debt forgiven. Outstanding. 4 years, 1 deployment later, I was obligation free. Here's where I really fucked up again. See, he got out. He got out of the forest and he went back in. And you're like, go back into the forest. It's like watching a horror film. Don't go downstairs with the lights off by yourself with the pretty white girl. Yeah. I came back home out of self-imposed guilt. Oh, the black moms do that to you black boys, don't they? Your mother's your mother, your Lord, your God. Allowed my mother to levy the mom tax against me. I paid bills, stocked the refrigerator, and generally supported my mother. So why did we fight? Here, let me ask black men a question. Why did we fight the Civil War? Not you and me. I mean, the history of the United States, particularly the Republicans, look it up. Why did the North wage the Civil War if you guys were just going to go and enslave yourself to your moms again anyway? I mean, this is a serious, damn good question. The metaphorical, universal we. I mean, I was never a slave plantation owner and you guys were never slaves. But why historically as a society did the United States wage a civil fucking war to free slaves, to get rid of slavery, to have a disproportionate percentage of black men literally enslave themselves to their mothers again? I know there's guilt and like, yeah, you're genetically programmed to want to support your parents. You love, that's how it, I understand it for survivalistic purposes. But remove the genetics, blood is not thicker than water. Why are you enslaving yourselves to your mothers again? This is a recurring theme we've had with multiple young black men as clients where their mothers do not let, your mother doesn't love you. Your mom does not love you. She views you as a meal ticket. You are a slave to your mother. Have the respect, knock it the fuck off, and go live your life. And it's, I know I can be funny and flippant about it, but it's very hard. You have genetic program hardwired attachments to your phone. Too fucking bad. People are out to fuck you over, and it's really sick and dark when it's your own fucking mother. It doesn't change the fact that now makes them your enemy. This doesn't mean you don't respect your mother. Or you don't even, you certainly may even love your mother. This has nothing to do with it. It's having self-respect and leaving bad situations. No longer being a literal slave. Just because you're not on a plantation, just because you're in a chain gang, just because you're not out in a cotton field, doesn't mean you're not a slave. If you're working and supporting somebody else, aside from children, you are a slave to that person. Especially if they're a lazy fuck sitting on their ass. Right? The time for nice ways to put this is over since what, 5-6 generations now, since Since the Civil Rights Act, nothing since the war on poverty, since the Great Society, there has not been a closure of the gap. We needed to knock it the fuck off with this nice shit and talk directly and bluntly. All right. And generally supported my mother, brother, sister, and her bastard son with no Thanksgiving. Man. I was doing this while working and earning a worthless degree in business management. After 6 months of that, I decided to get a place with a roommate. My situation dramatically improved. After a year and a half, I left town to earn my degree, found a decent job in the casino industry, making around $45K, and got my own spot. I stopped paying the mom tax. Good. Free at last, hallelujah, free at last. And limited my interaction with my family to the holidays. Very good. After a couple of years, I started a real estate business, renting and offering an opportunity for owner financing for those who showed good payment history. I also applied for a patent on a variant of blackjack. Dude, fucking look at you, man. Here's your fucking 133 IQ coming in. Look at that. And as if I had on cue, I was fired from my job, dude. Yep. Well, did you read Curse of the High IQ? I did. I know I shouldn't laugh, but that's what happens. Once you start showing promise, it's not like, oh, look at how hardworking, what an asset this employee is. It's like, this person could take my job. Fire him! Did they give you some bullshit excuse? I'm wondering what the excuse was. This was a year and a half ago. Financially, I bled like a pig for the first year. I was up to my eyeballs in consumer debt, trying to look like a baller and traveling the world. What? Let's be a lesson, all you smart people out there. You think you're smart and that means you're immune to this bullshit? You are not immune to corporate media and advertising. Did you watch the show Ballers, like with The Rock? Was that what you thought? Well, you were in Vegas, huh? Were you living it up? Now my next book coming out, essay, Poor Richard's Retirement. Please read that. Please read that. It especially, even if you read it gets rid of consumerism and materialism. It's vitally important. But the lesson here for all you out there, you think you're beyond this because you're smart, you'll fall for it. You'll fall for this glitz and hype and bullshit that media and corporations advertise to you. And unless you're a cute hot chick that has everybody else paying for your bottle service, you are going to end up financially crippled. Please knock it the fuck off. And dating the hopeless wretch that is the modern-day American black female. Dude, you listen to O'Shea Jackson, you gotta tune into O'Shea. He'd have a field day. I'll probably send this to him. He'd enjoy it. As a result, I had to package and sell the notes I created at a deep discount just to prevent ending up on the street. I also lost thousands in legal fees on my patent idea. For all of 2015 and half of 2016, I've been hustling to survive by teaching myself blues and gospel, guitar, card counting, cultivating and selling mushrooms, and eating garfish and red beans and rice. Needless to say, I fell all the way off. Dude, and here's what's sad is you're not even doing drugs. You're not like a drug addict, but your drug was stupid material bullshit and a pimp-ass fucking baller lifestyle. That was your drug. So you don't even have to have an addiction. You just have to piss away your money on stupid bullshit. And now you're eating red beans and garfish? I gotta look that up. Although I do remember, I'll tell you a little bit of a side story. I do remember being very excited in college, finding they had left a kind of not a cafeteria, it was like a break room open, and there was like free tea, and there are sugar packets. I was really excited about that. I was like, oh, cool, calories. Now to the present, I'm finally turning the corner. I work 2 casino jobs and hustle on the side as a musician. I also plan to launch a YouTube channel teaching the unique fusion of blues, country, jazz, and that is modern gospel quartet. That's not going to make you money. That's not going to make you money. Just fuck YouTube. I mean, go ahead and do it. I mean, if you got the time, but only if you have the time. Because this, and if you didn't notice last week, 2 weeks ago, the YouTube bubble is burst. It's over. They're just going to say, fuck you, we're taking all the money. And it's very unlikely you'll make a living on YouTube. I expect to make around 70 grand this year. I also plan to be debt-free by the end of this year. And finally, to the point. Outstanding, man. You've come back from 2, now 3. Your poverty, then you came back, your mom fucked you over, your family fucked you over, and then you fucked yourself over, and you've come back from this. But you are going to come out fucking hard as titanium, dude. And you're only 30. You're only 30. That's awesome. Considering that my income is volatile and contingent on discretionary spending and the economy is about to tank, I know that this isn't going to last much longer, especially in the already long-forgotten, economically depressed ass rack like rural Mississippi. My options moving forward are as follows. Option A, work my nuts off, stack my chips, hoard precious metals, guns, and ammo, and wait for the inevitable. Mississippi sucks, but we are blessed with an abundance of natural resources. All I need is my savage axis and a jig pole, and I'll be fine. Option 2, go back to school, earn a master's in accounting from Ole Miss using the remainder of my GI Bill, put my suit and tie on for a few years, sit for the CPA exam, and write my own ticket. Well, you got an IQ that you could certainly do that. Option 3, similar to option A, but instead with the pessimistic outlook, come back in the real estate game, acquire 10 to 15 properties in the next 5 years, and use that as a launching pad for other ventures. No, dude, you've done enough entrepreneurship. Let's just be a steady Eddie and work up some money and avoid. Look, is that still like the baller thing? You want to make, get rich or die trying? How many brothers have fucking pissed away their lives dying? Like, not dying, but ruining their finances trying to do that. Knock that shit off. CPA, steady Eddie. Look, you've been poor. You know what minimalism is about. You don't need six figures. Balling is 7, 8, 9 figures. You don't need that much. You know what you need? 50, 60 grand, 70 grand a year. You're doing it right now. You're doing it pretty good, albeit maybe temporary source of income, but you're doing it now. A single man does not need more than 30, 40 grand a year. All right, now you have debts, and the 70 grand is going to come in very handy paying that off. But going forward, man, you know how little you can get by on. You don't need that much money. What you need is to not fuck up anymore and calm and peace and serenity in your life. That's what you need. Okay? So I just see more tumult, chaos, and opportunity for drama and bullshit in your life with going after real estate, and you're going to become a baller real estater. No. You're not doing that. You're not doing that. Maybe there's nothing wrong with investing in property here or there, but you're not gonna. I got oh dude, if I get 10 properties, like, you're not gonna get 10 properties. You're not gonna find the fucking financing. You're not gonna rent it out. You're not gonna do the cash flow analysis. Property values are way too fucking high. It's just not. So just stop it with that. Just stop it with that. Okay. All of these options are on a 5-year time frame, which is fitting since no one takes you seriously until you're 35, right? Absolutely. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to simplify the fuck out of your life. And you're not going to make any more mistakes, and your engine is the P-51 Mustang. You're going to design your life to be like the P-51 Mustang. Simple, high performance, fewer moving parts, less things that can go wrong with it. You're not building a Tiger tank. You're not building the USS Ronald Reagan. You are building a simple P-51, nimble, versatile, cheap, and adaptable life, the P-51 Mustang fighter plane. That's how you're going to design your life. Now, down the road, you can build something more complicated. But right now, you're going to avoid drama. You're going to avoid bullshit. You're going to avoid entrepreneurial, make money, quick get scheme bullshit. And what I'm thinking you should do is keep working your 70 grand. You plan to be debt-free by the end of this year. Good. That's your number one goal. Okay? Just keep paying down that debt. I would also, before you pay down that debt though, put together a micro fuck you money account. Look up my video, micro fuck you money. Set aside some money so you're not completely desperate if you get laid off and one of these sources of revenue go away. I would not do the YouTube channel unless that is truly a hobby that you enjoy. You don't care if you make money on it. And it doesn't take away time from you getting your fucking act together and getting your finances in order, all right? So, micro fuck you money account, paying off your debts. Then, use your GI Bill. Keep working your daytime stuff, whatever's most profitable. GI Bill, master's in accountancy, CPA. You don't even maybe have to get a master's in accountancy. All right, look at I presume you're in Mississippi. Look at what the sitting requirements for the CPA are, because a CPA is just as valuable, if not more valuable, than a master's in a business, MBA. Certainly more valuable than an MBA. Just as valuable, probably a little bit more than a master's in accountancy. So if you don't need to get your master's in accountancy, don't get it. You might have to take it and sit for some master's classes in accounting, but the CPA, much cheaper, less than, well, you know what? Let's just look it up. Sitting requirements. CPA, Mississippi. Licensure and exam requirements. Becker Professional. CPA, Mississippi. 24 semester hours in an upper division or graduate level accounting. And must have a minimum of 3 semesters hours of financial accounting, audit, taxation, management costs, accounting, and government not-for-profit accounting. A minimum of 24 hours upper division and graduate. Okay, so 24 hours. So you do not need 150 hours to be granted licensure, but do not need 150 to sit for exam. Interesting. Must be a resident of Mississippi, except when proctored by another jurisdiction. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, I got proctored by another jurisdiction. That just doesn't sound enjoyable at all. All right, so there you go. All right, so you do not need a master. I don't know what that translates into, 24 hours of extra sitting and bullshit classes. But that's and take your GI Bill, get your CPA, and then go work for a company, open up your own accounting firm. Do not take bad clients. If you go the entrepreneurship route with your CPA, I wouldn't even tell anyone in your family, although this would be probably hard to do because you want to advertise it, because they're going to want free accounting. They're going to want free advice, and you'll be fucked over. You'll be taken advantage of again. They'll hate you. They'll sue you because they didn't get all your government money back. You know what? That's not you, man. All right? You're going to go work for a CPA firm, an accounting firm, or some company as a CPA, make some money, run a little side business game on your own as a boring CPA, and then by the time you're 35, you'll be sitting a lot prettier. And hopefully you'll have like the vehicle, the machinery, the P-51 Mustang that's going to take care of you for the rest of your life. All right? But you're not running charity anymore. You're not helping people out. No more hustle on get rich quick schemes. All right? Boring, steady Eddie, P-51, streamlined fighter plane that wins the race in the end. All right? That's what you're going to do. You didn't want to go back to the military. I was thinking, like, we'll go back to the military. You didn't want to do that. Your current gig sounds really nice. I don't want to mention too much of it, but if you got free-flowing booze, food, and cocktail waitresses, you're probably... Hold on to that job. That's your college job. Hold on to that one. Yeah, that's what I would do. The CPA all the way, man. And this isn't to say don't become entrepreneurial, but you got to have a base. You have to have like food, clothing, and shelter taken care of, and money saved aside. So if you lose it in your latest get-rich-quick scheme, you're not bankrupted again, starting from ground zero. All right. So that's what we got. Anyway, hope you do well. If you guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com. You happen to be a young black man, get my book, The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. All right. We don't have time for this fucking bullshit no more. You can really listen to me on my podcast at the Clary Podcast on SoundCloud.com. And we got my blog, CaptainCapitalism.blogspot.com. We'll see all you kids later. Toodles.